This is what Coach McJenkins and the boys have been training for all year. Up 4, defense needs to make one play. We can get to the national title game, play Georgia. Just got to get the stop. Back to pass. Here we go. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. For the second straight year, the New Mexico Lobos in the American Athletic Conference Championship game. We got Cincinnati again. This time, though, we're playing for more as we are 12-0 and rolling, trying to make a playoff. We are up 14-7. Brandon Cole with the touchdown, and then you know Brandon Collins. He gets 21-7, cut back. Your Heisman campaign. The final stamp to his Heisman campaign. Collins gets free. One man to beat. No, he shakes him off. No. That was the last gasp for his Heisman hopes. Hopefully he gets a chance to win the award. We'll see here in a few minutes, but Rogers finds J.J. Keys. 35-14, Lobos are cruising for the second straight year. Like I said, Cincinnati, not too much of a challenge for us. We kind of just rolled through this one. Ground and pound and a little bit of everything. 21 carries, 146 and 4 touchdowns. But Jason Humphrey wins the Heisman over us. We get absolutely snubbed. There's more on that with Georgia to come later. But like I said, Warren Morrow here closes out the game for New Mexico with the long touchdown run, 49-28. Coach McJenkins celebrating a back-to-back title. One not done. Everyone's a Lobo. The Lobos, there it is. Give us that trophy, baby. AAC champions for the second straight year. Back-to-back. Now the playoffs are here. We've played them before. We've played them many times in this dynasty. But now Jimbo and his $1 million recruits, we get to take them on head-to-head in the Peach Bowl for a chance in the national title game. Like I said, I think we played them 2 or 3 years in a row. We've played some tight games with them. Started out here, Lloyd back to pass. The defense hungry. Finally, coverage sacked there by Ross. The defense trying to make a point here early on. Texas A&M, we usually play them pretty tight defensively. Washington on 3rd and 11, they call the draw play. That's the first of many questionable calls by Texas A&M in this game. We'll get back to that, but Brandon Collins, mad about the Heisman, running hard, running fast early. Gain of 48 on the first play of the game. He is pissed off, to say the least, and he is ready to go. But Rogers on the second play, scramble, man coverage, everything breaks down. Rogers uses his legs, even gets a little flare here at the end for the style points for the touchdown. 7-0 New Mexico early on, and that will be kind of the theme in the first quarter, really, because the New Mexico defense will continue to stand on its head. Washington stumbles backwards there. That's a bad animation by EA. Finally, we're getting the ones with the good animations, but Kringleberry takes a shot. We have to punt it away on 4th down there. We don't punt it on 3rd. We punt it on 4th. What are we doing? Coach McJenkins probably got the pressure a little bit too much to his head. And on 2nd and 2, Lloyd drops back to pass. Finds Smith over the middle for 15. That's when you think Texas A&M starting to find their footing here in this first quarter. They let a little Johnny Manziel get back into the play with the one-footed back leg throw, intercepted by Thomas at about the 20. Finally, the New Mexico defense gets the turnover. Gets a turnover. I think this might be the first turnover we've had in about 3 or 4 weeks that really mattered. Rogers here back to pass. Moore over the middle on 3rd and 3. That'll close the quarter. Moore looks like he's hurt there, might be throwing up or something. Who knows? This has been a tough couple weeks for this New Mexico team. As we continue the drive, Rogers gets sacked. 3rd and 12, which brings up, this is a long down and distance for us to convert. J. Moore Tubbs with the amazing one-handed catch and spin. Just look at this one again on the replay. Snags it, snares it with his hand. It's the spin move, and then a couple plays later, Brandon Collins reminding the folks in New York and the voters across the country why they messed that up with the Heisman voting. And then Alan Lloyd here converts another pass on their end. Washington, we can't get him on the ground, and he gone. Don't even bother, because Washington with a gain of 23. And then on the very next play, Washington again puts Woods down on the ground by himself. 14-7. Texas A&M back in this game. This is where things start to get a little scary here, because the offense, Rogers rolling out to his left, tries to make a play, gets sacked. You can kind of feel the momentum in the stadium at this point turning towards Texas A&M. They are the number 4 seed, but they are the SEC team that's been here proving that. They beat Georgia along the way. Like I said, they smacked Georgia 44-13, who was the number 1 team in the country. So we knew that we were going to be in for a challenge here once they got their momentum. Galloway there for 11. and then Galloway again for another 16, and they move the ball down the field here with ease. And Richard in the back of the end zone. 14 all. McJenkins and Rogers here make a dumb decision trying to push for more points. Childs gets the interception, and then the offense turning the defense doesn't get the memo to just let him run for a little bit longer because they kick a field goal. It's 17-14 at half, and after being up 14-0 with the ball, the momentum just flipped on its head. Texas A&M did a great job of recovering there. First play of the second half, Rogers to Collins. Collins again out of the half, another big run to start the second half. Got to get the momentum back, and J.J. Keys over the middle for another 10 yards is important. The read option really worked well in this game for New Mexico, and really it worked all year for the Rogers and Collins combo. They put up a ton of rushing yards, and it's really a staple of Coach McJenkins' playbook. And New Mexico gets the lead back with the J.J. Keys touchdown, make it 21-17. The offense was rolling. Lloyd back to pass, Richard over the middle. Just defense has got to make a play. Defense has to make a stop, find a way to get off the field here because it's 21-17. They're going to take a little bit of time, but Washington trucks through the defense. They're up to 84 yards rushing on the day, which is actually pretty low against us normally. Lloyd back to pass here once again. They were just rolling on offense in this second half. Lloyd scrambles and gets the first down. We had coverage in the back, but nothing up front. And when you give a quarterback with 24 seconds to throw it back there, he is going to find somebody. Michael Shaw with a 9-yard reception. Then Washington stumbles and fumbles and gets his way to the 1st and goal. And then Caps makes a horrible attempt at a tackle there. Bad user tackle. Don't tell nobody. But look at this. Brandon Collins once again sticking his finger up in the middle, his middle finger up in the air to New York, saying, "You should have brought me. You brought me to New York, but you didn't bring me the trophy. That trophy is mine." 79-yard return. Warren Morrow, as he's gassed, Warren Morrow gets 8 yards here. And then on 3rd and 3, Rogers out to pass. J.J. Keys has been the most reliable slot threat we've had all year. Collins dashes up the middle, and right before the end of the third quarter, we take a 28-24 lead. Just got 6 more minutes to go. 6 more minutes, and we can be out of here. We can play for a national title against Georgia. Galloway there with the long completion, and then on 3rd and 9, we force them into a stop, except they go for it. Hunter gets the first down, a gain of 10. And just when you think that they might take the lead here, Jimbo's boys, the $1 Million Men themselves, the NIL Bag Men, have done a great job of getting Texas A&M to this point. They have a chance to get a national championship game here. Lloyd back to pass. Woods makes the pick at the end zone. No. All the way from Bellows Fall, Vermont. The freshman comes in, makes the play with the interception, and then Collins, hard running, runs into his own guy. Probably could have ran for a touchdown if he doesn't run into McCringleberry there. Rogers on the keep, doesn't get anything, so it's 3rd and 7. With 3:26 to go, we knew we were going to have to pass the ball. Rogers back to pass. Guess what? J.J. Keys over the middle, first down, 11-yard gain on 3rd and 7. Trying to put the icing on this cake. Frank Rogers takes the option read for 10. Collins bounces this one outside, slips outside a tackle, and gets down to the 5-yard line with 2:13 to go. All that's left is the crying, is Rogers hands it to Collins. Collins bounces in, 35-24. Texas A&M is going to have one last gasp here, a long drive, but this one's going to culminate at the end here as the clock runs down. The defense just has to find a way to just slow them down. We don't even need to stop them right away, just slow them down, because we can get an onside kick, and then Caps drops an interception, and Henderson drops an interception, and then Winston gets trucked by Bell, so they get a 4th and 1. The game is on the line, but they do get the first down. Washington cuts it back, gets them, but on 4th and 8, they pull a completely Cleveland Browns move. They throw a 2-yard out on 4th and 8. That will wrap things up from the Peach Bowl. New Mexico is going to move on. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Think we can win a national championship. We got Georgia up next. We have not played Georgia ever in the history of the Dynasty. This will be the first time in the 7 years. Let me know what you guys think. Can we win a natty? See you guys later.